to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. My name's Kyle. Sunday morning hangout. It's about 10:30 p.m. or a.m. Central Time here. We have a live game going on. The Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars playing in London. Of course, the Broncos just took the lead 14-10. Broncos really struggled in that first quarter. They didn't get any first downs, but they're coming to life. Basically, we're going to hang out for the next, 20 minutes, half an hour or so, answer any final questions you guys may have, and we'll go over some of the news and the inactives. I did type in a bunch of them in the chat, so if you want to look at those, I will say Darren Waller is not playing today, so that should open things up for Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow, maybe more Josh Jacobs as well. The Saints, there's been, it's been with the trade deadline next week. There's been tons of rumors and whatnot here, but I don't believe Alvin Kamara is going to be traded, as we've seen reported here. Adam Schefter reporting the Browns are willing to trade Kareem Hunt, so that's interesting. He could potentially be unlocked for fantasy. And Nick Chubb could also be unlocked as well. The Texans open to trading Brandon Cooks. That one's got some smoke to it because he didn't practice on Wednesday. He skipped his media day and things like that. So there's potential smoke there for Brandon Cooks being traded. Cam Akers could return to the Rams. No Ezekiel Elliott today. Again, Tony Pollard's going to be the guy. Davante Adams good to go. He had an illness, dealing with a bit of the flu. It sounded like. Logan Thomas expected to play today for the Commanders. And then you do have Tyler Lockett expected to play, as well as DK Metcalf, which is a bit of a surprise. So good morning to Harris. Hope you're doing well, my man. Who do you think I could get for David Montgomery? PPR. Interesting. David Montgomery, PPR. It really depends on how today goes. If they go out and Khalil Herbert gets all the touches today, that could be, a dent in the things. But let me just look and see. Basically, I'm looking for running backs that are kind of in his range. And the tough part is we're not selling Montgomery high. So I have David Montgomery here. It depends on what format you're playing in. In PPR, he's RB33. I mean, you could try and get, a Michael Carter. Maybe you could try and get a Raheem Mostert type. You could try a Kareem Hunt, maybe something like that, kind of guys in his range. I think I'd rather own Khalil Herbert the rest of the way. That seems to be the better play for me. You could maybe go for James Conner. He seems to be coming back at some point soon. So you're probably looking at, I would look at your rankings or your season standings for running back and kind of look in that range and try and find a guy that, sticks out to you, whether it is James Conner, whether that is Cordero Patterson, Devin Singletary, Michael Carter, Tony Pollard, Raheem Mostert, kind of guys like that, I think. But we have a game going on live right now. Jerry Jeudy coming alive here. Jerry Jeudy's been the best player of the game so far. He's got 6 for 63 and a touchdown. And then Evan Ingram also playing really well today. 4 for 55 and a touchdown from Evan Ingram. Sport Dog 1000. Good morning, my man. How we doing? 8-team half-point PPR. My 2 flex spots, I have Ayuk and Wan'Dale Robinson. Any bench, Khalil Herbert, Evan Anderson to make any change in my flex? No, I think you got it optimized. I think Ayuk's the clear best player of this group of 4. And then you're looking at, with Wan'Dale Robinson, he's kind of the wide receiver 1 there. And I think, Khalil Herbert, he's got a tough matchup against the Cowboys, and he is in a committee with David Montgomery. And then Van Jefferson, with his first game back, I'd rather leave him on the bench and see what he does for snaps and routes and participation. So I think you have it optimized. I like Ayuk with no Debo today. And then Wan'Dale Robinson, he's been a nice little player the last couple games here. He's the slot receiver, but he's acting as the number 1 receiver there for the New York Giants. So I like what you got. Well, Gus Edwards already played, so I don't know if you're going to be able to drop him. If you can, I would drop Edwards. Otherwise, Montgomery's a tough drop. But I do think Michael Carter is probably the guy you'd rather own than David Montgomery. So if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Now, Montgomery did get the touchdown last week. He went 15 for 62 and a touchdown. I did think Khalil Herbert looked better, but I don't know. I think you hold on to Montgomery. If you can drop Edwards, I'd drop Edwards. Good morning to Ryan. Hope you're doing well. Coming in with the tough questions. Dameon Pierce or Raheem Mostert. I do like, it's going to be interesting today with Malik Willis at quarterback for the Titans, how that game flow kind of goes. I love Dameon Pierce. I think Raheem Mostert is in for a really, really, really good game today. but he's not the best player on that offense, whereas Dameon Pierce is the best player on that offense. So I think just in terms of priorities, like Dameon Pierce is the Texans offense. We might see big days for Tyreek or Jalen Waddle or even Chase Edmonds worked into the fold. So I'm going to lean Dameon Pierce. It's the Titans at home. I don't think it's a scary matchup. So I'm going to lean Dameon Pierce, but I do like Raheem Mostert today. Good morning to Justin. Hope you're doing well. This Broncos Jags game this morning, it's killing me. I need Cortland Sutton, Christian Kirk to do something, and then we got Justin. We got your Melvin Gordon touchdown to start the day. So we're doing pretty well here, guys. But keep your questions coming in. I'm just going to hit refresh on some of my feeds to see if there's any new news. If you're relying on DK Metcalf today, I'm slightly concerned. Again, there's always, risk for re-aggravation. We've seen that a couple times this year where a player starts a game and he gets hurt right away. I'm thinking of T. Higgins back a couple weeks ago where he had an ankle thing and he played the first 2 series and then he couldn't play. So I'm slightly concerned to start DK Metcalf. I actually didn't start DK Metcalf in one of my leagues today. So let me know if you have questions there. And yeah, the Melvin Gordon touchdown. Otherwise, I don't know. The Broncos offense, man, if you remove that first quarter, they're starting to come to life. Michael Carter or St. Brown, you got to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Michael Carter is probably going to have a nice game today, but you also have James Robinson, Ty Johnson in the mix. I would expect Amon-Ra St. Brown to get his healthy amount of targets. Do we know if Cooks is playing? That's a really good question. They listed him as questionable. I haven't seen anything come through yet on Brandon Cooks. As there's talks of him maybe being upset and basically demanding a trade. So we will see. As of today, right now, I haven't seen anything on Brandon Cooks. So we have to, hopefully we'll get something, maybe during the show updated here. It looks like it's November 1st. So Tuesday. So Tuesday afternoon at like 2 or 3 o'clock, something in the afternoon. We'll see that. And Sutton's interesting. He's gotten a handful of targets. He's only gotten, let's see, I'm seeing like 3 targets and 1 throwaway in his direction today. Basically, what I'm seeing is Sutton takes a little bit more time to separate, and with the Jags pass rush, he's looking for Jeudy more because Jeudy gets open just a little snap quicker. So I think that's what we're kind of seeing here. But I'm hoping Sutton can get a couple more points before the game is done here. That would be interesting. I think both teams would probably take that, although I don't know what Akers would do for the Texans. But definitely the Rams. The Rams want Brandon Cooks back on their team, so that's definitely interesting. But I'm looking for Brandon Cooks updates right now. I'm not finding anything. Looks that they're willing to trade him. So he was a late addition to the injury report after being a full participant on Friday. He's expected to play while being listed as questionable, source said. That's from Ian Rappaport 9 hours ago. So midnight, 1 o'clock this morning, Ian Rappaport came out and reported that. So we'll see. I think there's smoke to Brandon Cooks being traded. So hopefully he can be a fantasy asset for us pretty soon, because that would be a huge boost to his weekly floors. But anyways, keep your questions coming in. I'm just looking for more player news and things to report on. Again, Ezekiel Elliott not playing. Dalton Schultz expected to play. I think Dalton Schultz could be of use if you need a tight end this week. Bear with me. I'm not feeling the best. It's been a rough couple of days, but we're getting through it. But anyways, we got this Broncos-Jags game right now. It looks like the Broncos are punting. They're up 14-10. Cooper or DJ Moore, non-PPR. So this one's a tough one. I think if it was PPR, I'd probably lean with DJ Moore. Again, he's got that really, really good matchup today against the Atlanta Falcons. So I like that a lot for DJ Moore, but I don't love it. I think Amari Cooper, though, with his matchup against the who's Amari Cooper going up against? The Bengals. I think that one I trust a little bit more. So I'm going to say Amari Cooper. I think they're going to have to throw the ball and keep up with the Bengals offense. As far as Marlon Mack was not active today. So they only have 2 active running backs on the roster for Denver. Good question. Start Metcalf. It depends on who you have behind him. In the league that I have Metcalf going, I benched him, but I believe I had Tyler Boyd or something like that. So if you have a good option behind him, go with the better option. I don't know if I trust DK Metcalf right away. Trade Devontae Adams and AJ Dillon for McCaffrey. Sure. I mean, if you need the running back help, I would say go for it. I mean, if you have stud receivers behind Devontae, I think I'm fine with this. Just looking for more re-updates and freshes here. I mean, I think McCaffrey is going to slowly, reassert himself as one of the best running backs in fantasy. So if you can get him now before he has a big pop-off game, I think that's the move. And I love Devontae Adams, but something about the Raiders' offense doesn't excite me. And the way Josh Jacobs has been playing, it just hasn't been amazing for the entire offense, the passing game there. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, not much updates and stuff today. It seems like Schefter and Rappaport get it all out Saturday night into the morning. Only person I can start is Montgomery over Metcalf. Going up against the Cowboys, I don't know if I love David Montgomery today. I think I'm fine with rolling out DK Metcalf. Because again, Montgomery's got the split with Khalil Herbert, so I'm not sure that's a really good situation this week. Not only is he dealing with the split, but he's going up against the number one rushing defense, so they just don't allow points to the position. So in that case, I will roll with DK Metcalf. Dang, I just saw the number. There's 86,000 people attending that game today in London for this Broncos. We give them Broncos Jags, and there's 86,000 people at the game. That's wild. AJ Dillon or James Robinson? Whew. I think it's going to be tough for James Robinson to do much today, being his first game with the team. And I know AJ Dillon hasn't been playing very well, but I really think that if the Packers plan to go into Buffalo and win this game, no Allen Lazard. Keep in mind, week one with no Allen Lazard, they heavily used AJ Dillon in the passing game. So maybe I'm thinking AJ Dillon here just because he's due for a touchdown or something. So I'm going to say AJ Dillon. Let's wait and see what Robinson does. I don't know if he's going to be out there for a full amount of snaps. That's a good question. We covered this a little bit ago. It depends on who you have behind him. If you have some interesting wide receiver 3 flex options that could get you 8 to 10 points, I think I'm going with those guys over Metcalf. I view Metcalf as kind of like a top 40 play at best. So if you have a Tyler Boyd, if you have a Wan'Dale Robinson, if you have it would be you're going Olave. In your case, you have to go Olave. Olave is a top 20, top 25 wide receiver minimum this week. I like that matchup against the Raiders. Andy Dalton's been playing well enough at quarterback for fantasy. So for you, I'm going Olave's that's an easy call for me. So I love Chris Olave this week. I think in especially if it's PPR leagues, Olave is a borderline wide receiver 1 right now. So I think you have to ride the hot hand there. But yeah, DK Metcalf, I don't know how many snaps he's going to play. There's always that risk for re-injury, which scares me. I'm not sure if I feel confident. And who knows? Even if he does play, maybe he's just on the sideline and he's just an emergency active. He's like their wide receiver 4 or 5 or something like that. So that could be interesting as well. So I think you take the safe points there. It's still it's Darrell Williams' first game back. I think he's the clear backup there. They like him in some situations, but I still think Eno is the hot hand right now. Unless you have a better option, I think Eno Benjamin's still going to be a useful running back 2 for us today. So we'll see. Looks like Greg Dulcich, guys. He might be a tight end for the waiver wire. If you guys need a tight end going forward, he's been playing well today. 4 for 87. He's been, hooking up with some big plays with Russ. Derrick Henry's probably in a smash spot today. He's playing the Texans. The Texans allow I think the second most points to the running back position. Let me look at this. The Texans, yes, they allow the most points to the running back position. They've allowed 9 touchdowns on the year, over 800 yards rushing, 33 catches, 231. Like the Texans are a really bad defense for running back. So it looks like Henry's going to potentially be a smash spot today. So I like Derrick Henry. And with Malik Willis, sometimes a running quarterback makes it more difficult to defend a guy like Derrick Henry because you don't know if he's going to, hold the ball and tuck and run or something like that. So we might even see a better day out of Derrick Henry if it was Ryan Tannehill. So I think it could be probably RB1 type day for Derrick Henry. Wouldn't surprise me if he gets a touchdown or two. But yeah, you're not sitting Derrick Henry this week. Any final questions for you guys today? Let me know. I'm probably going to sign off a little earlier today. Again, it's hard on my voice to continue talking for long periods of time. And we do have a game going on, so I wouldn't mind getting to watch that. But if you guys have any final questions, you can always hit me up on Twitter, comment the video, TikTok, wherever you can find me. Good luck today, guys. That's crazy. Like we're halfway through the fantasy regular season already. It's week 8. Hopefully you're in position to make the playoffs. If not, we can help you guys get there. So good luck today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you guys stay healthy. And let's see here. Only person I can start Montgomery over Metcalf. Oh, yeah, we already covered that. So thank you guys so much for your time. Hopefully I'll be feeling better in a couple days and we'll hang out for a little bit longer. But anyways, enjoy. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.